there everyone, Molly here, giving you some more awesome analog astrology. Maybe that's what I should call these videos, analog astrology. But I love to write and I love to use my hands to demonstrate and to give you information. So that's why I don't do digital and I do everything with my awesome red pen here because I think it gives energy to these videos too. So we're going to talk about something that is important to understand in your astrology chart related to the houses. And you are perhaps already aware of what the 12 houses mean. If you're not, I do teach an introductory astrology course that goes into what all the houses mean, what your planets mean, what the signs mean, but also how to interpret your astrology chart like a professional astrologer. So information about that course is below this video. But I want to give you more insights into how to read the houses in your chart from a new perspective that I think could make you see things in a whole new way. Your astrology chart is based first on two important lines. This is the ascendant or rising sign, and that's because this is the sign that was rising on the earth when you were born. This is why your birth time is important. This lets us know what the rising sign is. Then we have this vertical line that goes through a chart from the midheaven down to the base of your chart. It's called the IC, Eminum Colii, which is a Latin word, and it's basically the foundation of your energy. And so these two lines are what establish the basic axi of your chart, okay? And from there we create 4 quadrants. 1, 2, 3. This is one quadrant. We'll call it A. 4, 5, 6. Second quadrant. We'll call it B. 7, 8, 9. We'll call it quadrant C. 10, 11, 12. Quadrant D. Each of these quadrants give you more insight into your energy because when you have planets in these quadrants, it shows you where your energy is meant to be expressed. Now, these bottom 6 houses are your inner self, your inner world. So if you have a lot of planets down here, this is all about developing who you are in the world, and your identity, your gifts, your habits, how you're to be of service, your emotional needs. All of that is the first 6 houses. The top 6 houses, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, are about the outer world. What is outside of you? Okay, so you can easily break this up by drawing a line here, and houses 1 through 6 are inside of you. Houses 7 through 12 are outside of you. Energies, okay? Now, of course, this is with the understanding that the whole chart is you, but these are the energies that are more comfortable in the outer world and connecting with other people, and these are the energies that are more comfortable within you and knowing yourself. So within that breakup of the 6 houses that are within you, we break those up into this quadrant A. Houses 1, 2, and 3 are who am I? Who am I? How do I identify myself? What do I value? How do I think? So these are the most personal houses because it's really establishing the foundations of your personality. Houses 4, 5, 6 are further development of yourself, and they are about your emotional world, your creative gifts, and how you are of service, just to be very general, okay? So houses 4, 5, 6 are personal development houses. So some people have a bunch of planets, say, in houses 5 and 6, or maybe in houses 2 and 3. So when you understand the placement of the planets in these houses, you understand where your energy naturally goes and what you're here to continually develop because of that. Okay, so again, this is your most personal houses about the sense of self and what you're here to know about yourself. This is about your development, personal development. Through another lens, these are the houses of early childhood, and these are the houses of a teenager, like becoming a teenager and understanding more about who you are. Then when the energy moves into the 7th, 8th, and 9th houses, which we'll call quadrant C, these are relationship houses. Relationships with other people. How you share, how you are intimate or how you merge, and the beliefs that you share together. So these are relationship houses. And they each have a different focal point. And again, some people have a lot of planets in 7 and 8, right? Or they have a lot of planets in 9 and 7. I mean, there's so many ways these energies show up. But this means the energy is meant to be expressed through relationships, through the formation of relationships. And that's what quadrant C is about. So houses 1 through 6 are self-development. And then 7 is where you emerge into connecting with other people and how these energies connect in relationships. Now I'm being quite general here, but just to paint the picture for you to understand it. Then the energy of the ninth, of the D quadrant, 10, 11, and 12, is about the bigger world. And it's your profession, your community, and your spiritual self, and how you connect with all energies. So a lot of planets in this quadrant, for example, means that you're here to really be connecting with the outer world, to have the professional goals, maybe the networks, the acquaintances or friendships, and the spiritual development, because this is all outside of you. Okay, these are the energies that are in the bigger world. Now, keep in mind that all of this is you. Okay, the whole chart is you, but this is how the energies are dispersed. And understanding these 4 quadrants helps you see more about where your energies show up naturally in this lifetime. So for example, I know some people who have so many planets in the first 6 houses, and maybe one planet up here in the top 6 houses. And so they're really about their own internal gifts and development and knowing themselves. That's really where their energy goes. And they might have thought that they should, right? The shoulds show up, be out here more. But their astrology chart says, no, you're about this experience in this lifetime, houses 1 through 6. Now it can happen in the opposite way, where people have a lot of energies way up here in the top 6 houses. And so they're really affected by relationships, by their purpose, by their jobs, by other people, all of their energies out here. And they might not know who they are as well, because their energies are meant to be in these experiences. So understanding the 4 quadrants and looking at your own natal chart is going to help you piece together where your energy is meant to thrive in this lifetime, where you are really meant to go. Now, that gets really dynamic when we start to look at transits, because then transits in your chart will show where you feel stretched or where you feel growth. There's so many different patterns and ways that planets show up that, of course, it's not something I can just summarize here. But there's different ways of understanding where your energy is and how it's dispersed. So I hope this video has given you good insights into looking at your natal chart and saying, okay, do I have a lot of planets in one of these quadrants? You could have your energy all over in all houses. That's actually what my chart has, a lot of energies dispersed between these 4 quadrants. So if that's the case for you, you understand that there are 4 parts of you that have to be equally honored. If you have energies mostly in 2 quadrants, then you understand that's where you have to balance yourself. Or in 3 quadrants, and you could feel a void in some areas of your life, but that's only because your energy doesn't show up as easily there. It shows up easily in the other 3 quadrants. So this is just to understand that it's more pieces to put together in understanding your astrology chart. And it's quite fascinating how this stuff shows up, because you could really make some big understandings for yourself about why you're always connected with something out in the world, job, networks, people you want to be a part of. You're always here, right? And maybe you're not as much here. So anyways, those are for you to understand in your chart and to know, but I wanted to offer this video as more guidance for reading your astrology chart. I believe that astrology is a wonderful tool for knowing ourselves. It's a great system, and I hope that it brings you more understanding into who you are in this lifetime and where your energy naturally shines. So thank you so much for connecting with me, and I'll be back here soon with another analog astrology video for you. See you soon.